couldn't sleep. So I got dressed a little early, made my coffee, and was kind of wandering around the house. So I started getting everything in my car ready for work. And I went outside and was watching the deer and just praying. I had a couple ideas. Not really ideas, a couple of things that I wanted to talk about for a while, but I guess I'm going to study those a little bit more before I film a video. Like always, there seems to be a lot of stuff going on around the world. I don't know why my voice is so low today. It's my morning voice, I guess. I was talking to my mom last week about the Bible. And I don't know what brought it up, but we were talking about I don't remember how the conversation got started, but anyway, I was telling my mom that when I was a sinner, the thought of death terrified me. When I was living for the world, the thought of me getting into a motorcycle accident or a car wreck or, when I was younger, shot in a drive-by or whatever, any kind of death, I wasn't ready for it. I told her that I noticed when you come to Christ and you serve God and you're doing the best that you can, you have peace. Like when I was probably 17, 18, 19, 20, I would lie awake at night stressing about my future. Stressing about what if I get killed and I never get to have kids? What if I die at a young age and I never get to experience anything here that I want to experience, things that I wanted to do. But when I truly started serving Christ, when I made Jesus my priority, when I started praying more, when I started caring about what He thought of me instead of what the world thinks of me, and when I just surrendered, there comes a peace in death. Most people, your average person does not want to die. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that the world thinks that they can offer you happiness. They think they can offer you positive vibes, or they think they can offer you happiness, they can offer you wealth. And I used to preach that when I was a Beachbody coach. choose happiness. Choose positive vibes. Choose positive things. All this stuff. All this hippie stuff. And the world claims that they can offer you so much, but they really can't. And Christ never said that he would give you happiness. He never said it would be easy. But Jesus Christ offers us something that the world cannot give us, and that's peace. Like I said, I used to stress about my life ending or getting into a car wreck or whatever. But when you fully come to Jesus Christ, if it shall end today or tomorrow, doesn't matter anymore. If you're clinging on to this world, if you're clinging on to stuff that you want to do, you have too much of the world in you and not enough Jesus Christ. If you're worried about death, there's a lot of Christians that I know that are terrified of a lot of stuff. They claim that they have the fear of the Lord, but what they have is the fear of everything. I'm not saying you shouldn't fear God. What I'm saying is they seem to be terrified about every little thing that happens. They don't seem to have peace. Why do they not have peace? Because they're trying to do Christianity with their own abilities. It's too much I in it. Well, I have the fear of the Lord. Well, I have to do this. I have to do that. You're not good enough to make it to heaven. It's only by God's grace and belief in Him, belief in Jesus Christ that gets you to heaven. There's no person on the planet that is good enough, no matter how perfect they seem. There's no person on the planet that is good enough to make it to heaven. It's only by Jesus Christ that we are saved. What He did has nothing to do with what we did or will ever do. That was something I got trapped in at a young age. That's Catholicism. Catholicism is in just about every other religion. Even though the religious people is the one Christ fought with the most, because they had their laws. Because they thought that if they did all of these things that they would be saved. That's taking the power away from God. Trying to. You can't. That's trying to take the power away from God and doing it on your own. You can't. How can you beat perfection? You can't. So we must learn to surrender, truly surrender, and know that we are not good enough. We will never be good enough, and we don't deserve to get into heaven. The thoughts that enter our minds, the things that we say, the things that we listen to, the things that we see, the things that we watch, the perfectly imperfect people that we are from birth is not good enough to get into heaven. You can't do it. You can't achieve that. You're not Jesus Christ. Surrender to Him. Obtain your peace. And know that it is because of Him and His power and what He did. We don't deserve it, but it's a free gift. Just one little tiny thing that you have to do. Believe. And know that when you're a Christian, when you become the thief on the cross, he didn't have time to do anything. He didn't have time to get baptized. He didn't have time to donate to Pope Francis or whoever. He didn't have time to feed the homeless. He didn't have time to do anything. That's our best example, is the thief on the cross. He was a criminal. A criminal. But in that moment, he's like, I believe him 100%. And I'm putting my faith in him. And I believe that he is who he says he is. Saved. Surely I say to you this day, you'll be with me in paradise. Boom. No baptism. Nothing. Nothing that he could do got him there. If you believe and you're a Christian, what does that mean? I believe it means Christ-like. That's what we're supposed to be, Christ-like. You, as a Christian, are the church. That's the church. The people is the church. God doesn't live in a building. You don't just walk in and stuff, you just... It's not some magical building. Camera temperature too high. Shocking when I'm... You're the church. If you're saved, you become the body of Christ. The people. That's the church. It's not in this building over here. It's not in that building over there. It's not in that building over there. He tells us a couple times in the Bible that he doesn't dwell in a building. How could a building contain him? It can't. He has too much power and glory. I will note that the importance of church is fellowship and being close with other Christians to keep each other on track. That's the importance of church. Church meaning the building. And if you don't want to go to church, have some people in your life that are close. Have some fellow Christians. Meet with them. Fellowship with them. That part is important. You don't want to be in solitude so much like I am currently. I love you. I pray for everybody that watches this. And today is going to be a good day. I woke up today, made coffee, watched the deer, talked to God. I had no idea what I was going to say, but he said, just talk. Just talk like you do with your mom. The conversations that we have.